theatrical producing companies and non-profit arts organizations. Susan Lee introduced Camp Broadway in 1995 and has since managed the brand, the business, and the program development. Camp Broadway is dedicated to presenting programs that promote lifelong learning through performing arts. It has been an industry leader in theater arts camps, educational programming, special events, and including featured appearances in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade telecast. Since 1995, the company has hosted over 20,000 children from around the world at its summer camps and enabled over 300,000 students to attend a Broadway show as part of the Broadway-themed workshops. The company is a publisher of Sad Notes, a field guide for teachers on Broadway shows, and the recipient of the Innovation Award for Excellence from the Educational Theaters Association. Prior to joining or forming this organization, Ms. Lee had a role as Chief Marketing Officer for the Nederlander Producing Company in America, where she oversees new business, partnerships, and marketing. She successfully developed and launched the awards program, or Audience Awards, now an official loyalty program for Broadway. The National High School Musical Theater Awards, the AKA Jimmy Awards, named in honor of James Nederlander, and In Theater Network, which is now operating across Broadway theaters. Under her leadership, internet marketing, sponsorship, media promotions, and cultural tourism has all been expanded in the industry of entertainment. Ms. Lee is a member of the Association of Press Agents and Managers, and it is my honor to recognize Ms. Lee for the innovation in the arts and her commitment to presenting programs that promote lifelong learning through performing arts.
Mark, I just want to say that Susan Lee is one of my heroes, too. She served as the informal theatrical advisor to the Business and Labor Coalition of New York and has helped us put on benefits at Rocky the Musical, Motown the Musical, and All the Way, which was not a musical, it was about Lyndon Baines Johnson. So I want to thank Susan. She's got a couple of theatrical concepts for us in the near future, and I'm sure we'll all see you on Broadway.
Well, thank you so very much for honoring me today and the work of Camp Broadway. In my 30-year career on Broadway, nothing has made me prouder than to be the owner of a small business. You know, I decided that I was destined to be on Broadway at age 7. But I was one of those kids from Pittsburgh who had absolutely no talent whatsoever. So thankfully, I've been able to spend my life working on the business side, or this side, of the curtain, serving Broadway producers, theater owners, and lots of arts organizations. So about 20 years ago, I started Camp Broadway for kids like me who love to sing and dance, regardless of what their talent or lack of talent was, or their career aspirations, just for kids who simply loved it. So Camp Broadway is like the Little League of Broadway. It was the first company in the industry to have Broadway professionals teach creative kids how to find their own unique talents, or develop their communication skills, or nurture their own appreciation and love of the arts. So everything at Camp Broadway is experiential. It's enriching, it's joyful, it's safe, and it's authentic. Families come from all over the world to New York to attend our camps, and we send a team of Broadway professionals to theaters all across America. And as said earlier, over 30,000 kids have attended and performed in our programs on the streets of New York, in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, at Carnegie Hall, and in Madison Square Garden. Nearly 400,000 students have taken our pre-show education programs. Over the years, we've employed over 1,500 performing artists, and we're also big believers in STEAM, in that arts education is part of creating a science, technology, engineering, and math, because in all of those industries, kids need to be creative. And many kids who've grown up to pursue a career on and off the stage. You know, New York One News' theater reporter Frank DeLella went to Camp Broadway, and so did Greg Noble, who is the youngest producer ever to receive a Tony Award for Best Musical, which he won last year for Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. You know, my team is always happy when one of the kids who come through our program gets a break in show business. But Camp Broadway really measures our success by the thousands of kids who have become competent, confident, productive, theater-going citizens of the world. But I'm really here today representing all of the women leaders on Broadway. Most every show playing on stage tonight has a woman spearheading the producing team, managing the company, overseeing the creative, or running the sales and marketing. The Broadway Theater League, the American Theater Wing, and the Theater Development Fund are all led by gifted female executives who are tackling today's challenges and preparing us for the future. We've all helped build Broadway into an international industry that is powered by local small businesses that have generated $1.2 billion in annual receipts here in New York, contribute an additional $12 billion to the economy of New York City, and support 87,000 local jobs. Women represent 68% of our audience. So ladies, I want to thank all of you for helping Broadway enjoy a larger annual attendance than the top New York professional New York and New Jersey sports teams combined. So everybody on Broadway. So whether it's on stage or backstage, in the theater, or in all of our offices, women are making such a positive difference in the world that we should be celebrating our collective accomplishments every month. But for today and this month, I want to thank the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce for acknowledging the dream of one little girl from out